Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, and Barakatah Yahushua, and Waha, Rakah, Quadash, a double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Hey, this lesson is going to be entitled, Dreadlocks Are Not an Israelite Custom. All right, 2 Samuel 14 and 26. If y'all got anything y'all want to expound on, y'all feel free.
On this 2 Samuel, chapter 14, verse 26.
Right, and this account is going into the account of Absalom's image.
And when he polled his head, for it was at every year's end that he polled it.
Right, so basically, who is the he? The he's Absalom. And then when you look into the Hebrew term for poll, it means he sheared it. What does shear means? It means to cut. Go ahead.
Because the hair was heavy on him.
Right, because the hair was heavy on him. And when you look into the Hebrew word for heavy, it means it was burdensome. Why? Because you got to think about this, man. Hey, during the ancient times, men were a lot bigger, man. So therefore, their hair would grow longer, man. But at the same time frame, it doesn't mean that he necessarily had hair down to the middle part of his back, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Big fro.
Huh?
Yeah, a big fro.
A big fro.
It says because the hair was heavy on him, therefore he polled it.
Right, and the reason why Absalom cut his hair every year, so year means going into like annually, meaning every year, is because it was heavy, man. And he didn't want it to grow any longer as well, man. Go ahead.
He weighed the hair of his head at 200 shekels after the king's weight.
Right, and you cannot take that in consideration and say just because he had this much hair, then therefore it means it was down to his back. No, it's basically talking about how much hair that actually came off due to the cut. Like I said before, you have to take in consideration as well that this man was a larger man, man. So therefore the fro is going to be larger, his hands is going to be bigger, his legs are going to be longer, etc., man. Y'all got something y'all want to add?
Yeah, just prove that. Yeah, just prove that when the apostle did that video, they went to the museum showing Jake how they were living in, I guess, you know, back when we was ruling Europe. Yeah, you saw like the dressers, there was a lot more higher, man. The doors and stuff like that, compared to nowadays. Because, you know, the food was pretty much authentic back then, so it made us grow to our righteous stature.
Even with King David, when he put on that crown, what he had took the Moabite king crown. Crown, I forgot how many shekels it was. When you look it up, it like let you know it was like from 90 to 100 pounds, man.
That's right.
So that's just like, you know, like brothers going in the weight room. That's like putting 2 of them 45s walking around with it on your head, man. You know, that's how heavy that crown King David had on, would show you had to be much bigger. Man.
Right. Think about the size of that man in order to, like the brother said, to have that crown upon his head, man. You have to have a strong neck as well. Now you try to put 2 45s on top of your head right now, you'll kill yourself, man.
Shaq like 7 feet, probably 320, and he can't do that, man. Which let you know King David was way bigger, man.
That's right. That's right. Because they were saying like back in the ancient world, the average height man may have been 9 feet. So Goliath could have possibly been 14 to 15 feet, man. All right, now that's something. All right, get that, judges.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
This is 2 Esdras chapter 5.
You can break it down, man.
Verse 51. And he answered me and said, ask a woman that bear children, and she should tell thee. Say unto her, wherefore are not they whom thou hast not brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature? And she answered thee, that they be born in the strength of Salakia, they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise. Consider thou therefore also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you. Right, man. So even during Ezra's time, it was being broken down and letting him know like the people at this time are less of stature before those that was before him, man. So even as time grew, It's the same way, man. We are all of lesser stature, man. Because even starting with Adam them, they was living to be 900 years. Then the days started to be short, and the stature started to be lesser too, man. You know?
And then truth be told, the foundations or the origins of so-called dreaded hair, it goes back to a heathen nation, man.
That's right.
Israel was never partaking into interlocking or the dreading of the hair, right? Hey, because if your beard is a badge or a sign of manly dignity, in order to keep it conformed, to keep it confined, to keep it in place, to keep it of what would you call a goodly sight, so to speak, you have to groom it.
That's right.
You have to maintain it.
That's right.
Now, dreaded hair, there are two types of ways that you can get dreaded hair. You can physically intertwine and interlock the hair together, or you can do absolutely nothing. It's a free form, which is the same form for when you see a stray dog or a neglected dog.
Yeah.
We call it matted hair.
That's right.
Or he have the, you know what I'm saying? He appears as though he's being neglected. The hair is long. The hair is intertwined and matted together.
That's right.
So for a human being to walk around with that same form, that's a signal of uncleanliness, man.
That's right.
Right? And because you can't wash your hair on the regular.
That's right.
A lot of people who have these dreadlocks today, they have dry scalps. They have balding in the center due to the weight of those dreads pulling from all around the center of their head. Okay, and then to top it off, their whole head is unclean and it has an odor, man.
Yeah.
But people like say, oh, man, I wash mine, man, I moisturize my scalp, I do this and do that. The fact of the matter is, it's a heathenistic custom, man.
That's right.
It goes back to the Hamites.
That's right.
Right? Now, people have always justified themselves in doing those things that these heathen nations do. Now, just so happily, you have dreadlocks and you want to justify having your dreads, right? Have you taken on the vow of a Nazarite to just never cut it off? You know? Are you going to pull your hair at the end of each year?
That's right.
Are you going to shave off your beard, shave off your eyebrows, shave off your pubic hair, shave your legs, shave under your arms? Are you going to do all those other things that are required for you to have this so-called long hair, man? It's all self-justification with Jake.
That's all, man. And then on top of what the elder is saying, dreaded hair is dead hair, man. There's no life in the hair. That's why that hair looks the way it looks, man. Yep. All right? Yep. So the longer it gets, the more dead hair it becomes, man. All right?
I just have a visual here that y'all brothers see it. And this is the image of a black dog, right? Now this dog has dreads. Now when you look at the history of this animal, he's under the token of animal cruelty. He's under the token of being neglected, right? So you're neglecting your hair, right, in order to get it to form in that pattern or that way.
Nope. And get Judges 16 and 13.
What's that again?
Judges 16 and 13. Josh, you got some?
All right, Judges chapter 16, verse 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. So basically, Samson actually has 7 locks. Okay, so now if you go into the Hebrew term for locks, it's going to be a Strong's H 42 and 53, pronounced as makalapa, all right? And it means a ringlet of hair, but I'm going to continue. And it means to change, interchange, hence plait. All right, so that's all it means. So when you plait someone's hair, basically you're interchanging that hair. And that's a form of a lock, man. All right, that's all it's saying, man. He did not have a dreadlock. He just had a lock that was basically plaited due to the form of interlocking, meaning interchanging it, man.
Hey, the brother we have, appreciate you, man. Hey, that's an example right here.
Now, if you can see the top part and the side of the priest's head, you can see that basically it was interchained, man, to form one lock, to form that second lock, to form that third lock, man.
right?
And he had seven locks from one side to the center of his head.
That's right.
You know? And they say Samson had a total of 7, right?
All right. Y'all got some? Hey, go ahead.
This from Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, and for lock or locks, it says in Numbers 6:5, the term indicates the unshorn and disheveled locks of the Nazarite. In Judges 16:13, 19, the braided locks of the Nazarite Samson. In Ezekiel 8:3, a forelock of the prophet's hair. In Song of Solomon 5:2 and 11, the luxuriant locks of the Hebrew youth. It's going to braided locks. That's all it's going to.
Hey, but Israel, badass kids, badass rebellious ass kids who love to indulge themselves in things they ought not to be.
That's right.
Like to test the flame. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Go against the grain, basically.
That's it.
Because at the end of the day, who cares? Why does it matter? This has nothing to do with the current state that Babylon the Great is in. This has nothing to do with the current estate that the Most High is going to redeem His elect, man. Now all of a sudden, the revelation has been revealed unto one man, and many before you with the same hairstyle. Locks are lawful. Locks are in the Bible. There's nothing wrong with having dreads. There's something wrong with you, man. A reprobate, man.
That's right.
And the same individuals, now they bring up year 2000. Now they bring up false doctrines of the men that taught them. You've been a reprobate since the beginning, man. That's why if you're no longer with us, you were never with us from the beginning, man. Even though the apostles are in a physical house cleaning, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is in a spiritual house cleaning, man. And it never ends.
That's right.
So we have no pity, no remorse, no sympathy for you reprobate ass niggas out there, man.
That's right. That's right.
I got you. Jeremiah 6:30. Reprobate silver shall men call them, because the Lord had rejected them.
And you've been rejected by the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
You know? And then you don't want to take the counsel of men. You want to say, the Lord, the Lord is my king. The Lord is, the Lord is whom I follow, different things of that nature. But the Lord set up men upon planet earth to be a mouthpiece, man.
That's right. That's right.
The same way that you're going out proclaiming that locks are lawful, the same way we're proclaiming the other scenarios in the words of the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
So what makes us, what makes you any different from these men with the voice? But now you should be listened to, and these men, starting with the other apostles on down, certain things that they say don't have to be taken into consideration, man. Just, a great millstone has never talked about or condoned having dreadlocks, man. If you had dreadlocks when you start, a lot of brothers when they started listening to the truth and taking notes had dreadlocks.
Right.
And once they were convinced in their own mind, right? As it is written, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind.
That's right.
That's when they converted over.
That's right.
They changed their ways, both physically and spiritually, man.
Born again.
They were born again. They were renewed. They were baptized in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Come. Got something else? Okay, bring that Songs of Solomon 5 and 11.
All right, this song of Solomon 5, verse 11. It says, his head is as the most fine gold, his locks are bushy.
Right, so King Solomon had locks, all right, and a characteristic of King Solomon's locks was bushy, man, going into braid, meaning plaited, man, all right? It wasn't plaited the way you see these niggas with dreadlocks today, man, all right? It just means that basically he had locks. In order to get that form, your hair has to interchange with each other, creating a plait. Now, when you go into the Hebrew term for lock, in Songs of Solomon 5 and 11, it's Strong's H 69 and 77, pronounced as Kwawah Tazawath, all right? And I'm just going to get to the point. It states, locks of hair, so called from their being cut off, all right? So basically, what is it talking about, man? That, hold on, locks of hair so-called from their being cut off. Because, hey, at the end of the day, hey, Israelite men, as far as going back to the laws, the commandments of the Most High, that would be abominable.
Abominable.
Yeah, I can't get there. Saying twisting my tongue, but basically that's going against the law, statutes, and the commandments, man.
And it's a way of the heathens, man.
Mm-hmm.
Israelites was set apart and was set different.
That's right.
Now you go back into the Druids, you go back into the hieroglyphs from Egypt of them damn Canaanites. They had those locks. They had those dreadlocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the first wig piece originated from, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now I'm gonna show another image of a dog here because that's what we look at. You know, some niggas with dreads, man. Now this is before and after image right there of a dog with matted hair because that's all you niggas are. You a human being walking on two legs with matted ass dome top, man. Filthy, man.
That's right.
You want to groom it up. And I can't stand to hear a nigga say, "Shit, what you doing, bro?" Shit, I'm at the shop and getting my hair done. That's so fucking feminine, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting my hair done. And you walk around a nigga, he got 1,000 clamps, got foil in his hair, like a straight female, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hair down your back. I don't care if they short, man. Your whole intention is to get them long, to get them locked up longer, put them in designs, and put them in a goddamn rubber band.
Right. And then also for this Hebrew term, it states that feminine passive participle of strong H6972 in its original sense, a forelock. And when you define the term forelock, it means the forelock or foretop. Okay, and then it has a definition going into the forelock or foretop is part of a horse's mane. Where's a horse's mane at? It's in the top part of a person's head, man. If you're gonna equate it like that, man. Okay, because what is this called? This is your forehead, man. All right, it's common sense through the spirit, man. But you niggas want to justify having dreads. If you want to have dreads, then goddamn it, grow the dreads. But don't say that it's lawful, man. Because now you're spewing profound doctrine, man. You're outside the temple.
Yeah, you add to the word.
Right.
You know?
All right. Ezekiel 8:3. Yeah, get Ezekiel 8:3, bro.
It's Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he put forth the form of a hand and took me by a lock of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven and brought me into the visions of the Most High to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate.
Right, but the point is that Ezekiel had a lock as well, man. So he had locks, man. Hey, y'all check that out. You got your phone?
Sure.
See what's up with lock in the Hebrew. All right, and then I'm gonna define forelock according to dictionary.com. It states a lock of hair that grows from or falls on the forehead, man. That's all it's saying. That's all it's saying, man.
How many more you got, bro?
Just like two more.
Two more, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Somebody get Ezekiel 40 and 20.
I'll get Ezekiel.
And we can end with 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. I want to say Yasha's going to go into that forelock as well, man.
Oh, man, because you had the little white girl called Goldilocks, man.
Mm-hmm.
And what did she have, man? She had braids, plaits, man. She ain't had no damn dreadlocks, man.
Wow.
You know, they called her Goldilocks, man.
Mm-hmm. You see some meat in that one, man?
And they call her Goldie Dreadhead. You know, the fact of the matter is, man, hey, at the end of the day, man, who gives a damn, man? You know, but don't make it doctrine.
Right.
You know, don't come out and try to manipulate it and turn locks into dreads and dreads into locks to just justify your hairdo because you want to go get your hair did. You want to sit up under the hair dryer. You know, you want to sit in between somebody's legs and let them do your hair.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Yash?
The Hebrew word is tazatah, which means it goes into the forelock of her.
Right. meaning that basically hair on the forehead, man. That's all it's saying, man. So, hey, these locks that the prophets had, man, they're all lawful, man. But we're about to wrap it up.
Hey, because your crown or your dome or your cabeza, your head, right? You have hair upon your head. If you neglect your beard, your hair will begin to lock up, turn into a dreaded form, turn into a matted form that you see upon stray animals or neglected animals, man. Now, the form that you take to do your hair, that's a purposely done form. You don't let your beard get matted up. You comb it through. You brush it through. But the same concept will happen to both your beard and the hair upon your head, man.
Yeah. Hey, Salaki, Elder, that lock, it's not in Ezekiel. I think it's in the 40th chapter. Yeah, it was Ezekiel 40 and 20. 40.
Hey, because America's still going to be destroyed, man. You know, with your dreads and all.
Yeah.
Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. The doctrine that the Heavenly Father has set up since the beginning has never been changed. It's never been altered. Man upon planet Earth had tried to introduce their different ingredients into it.
Okay.
What you got?
Ezekiel 44 and 20, I'll read it, Elder. Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long. They shall only poll their heads, man. All right, simple and plain. So you don't supposed to have long locks, man.
Cut, trim.
Trim, man. All right, last scripture.
Groom it.
1 Corinthians.
All right, 1 Corinthians 11:4. And it says, every man praying or prophesying having his head covered dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayed or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
And jump to 14.
Verse 14, and it says, do not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him?
Right, and that's the point, man. So for a man to have long hair, it's a shame, man. It totally contradicts the scriptures, man. All right. Hope you're edified. Shalom.
Shalom.